It is so very, very difficult. And yes, this suspect has a very long criminal record. I'm going to get into that. But first, let me tell you where I'm at. I'm at the Roseville District Court, where tomorrow, Friday, probably in the afternoon, the suspect will be arraigned on charges, probably murder and attempted murder. There may be some other charges. Hold that for one moment. There are two victims in this case. We talked last night to the family of the woman that was killed by stabbing at the Belle Tire. But today, the father of Robert Bakey. Robert Bakey, 42 years old. He was stabbed 8 times. He's got 32 stitches. I got a chance to talk to his father, and here's what he had to say. When you found out about it, what went through your mind?
He woke us up right here, screaming, "Call 911." And I didn't know who it was. He kept saying, "Call 911." And I said, "Where are you?" And he's in the garage. And I walked out here, and he was sitting right there on a bar stool.
He made it home.
He made it all the way home from Harper and on foot.
Bob Bakey, he's the father of 42-year-old Robert Bakey, who is divorced, has a 16-year-old daughter who lives in Florida. He's always worked installing pools, but he'll be hurting after he was stabbed 8 times while waiting for the bus in St. Clair Shores.
He said he saw the car come around the corner on the Barton. Didn't think anything of it. He's waiting at the bus stop. And he felt a pain in his side. It felt like something bit him, but it was warm. So he turned around, and the guy dropped the knife. So they both went for it, and the guy got it back first. He got him twice in the back, and then he must have put his arm up, and all his cuts are here and here and here and here. So,
8 times?
8 times.
Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido is furious about what happened and plans to bring formal charges at the arraignment on Friday.
We have a family now in both situations that have to pick the pieces up and move forward. And it's just unexplainable. And how do you even think they can do this, knowing that they became a victim of the day without knowing why?
And what about the suspect? 30 years old, from California. What's his connection to Michigan?
That's interesting. A license plate runs back to a name. Is this car belong to the actual person that committed the crime, or is it somebody else? And if there is a connection with California, why didn't they take care of business? I heard the record was horrendous.
All right, let me talk about this horrendous record. Remember, this is the suspect. His criminal history includes drugs, assault, battery, burglary, resisting arrest, car theft, possession of a stun gun, indecent exposure, drunkenness. The show's not long enough to go through all of these charges. There are more. But add to that murder and attempted murder, and they will be brought here in the district court here in Roseville, and that will be tomorrow. Now, one word about Robert Bakey. That is the victim at the bus stop. He worked for the last 6 years at the Pool Guys, that's in Chesterfield Township, and they are getting together a GoFundMe account. Robert did not have insurance, and he will have a recovery. They say he's a good worker, and although no serious injuries, I mean, if you got 8 stabbing and 32 stitches, not serious, he is going to survive, and he will probably be back to work, according to his father, in about 2 weeks. But there is a GoFundMe. We'll put a link on our website, fox2detroit.com. Roop, I'll send it back to you.
Well, if anyone from the Bakey family is watching, we wish him well in his recovery. In the meantime, Charlie, this suspect seems like someone with a lot of issues. If his defense team argues that he's mentally ill, what would that mean for the case moving forward?
Well, I fully suspect that tomorrow there will be no bond because likely the charge will be first-degree murder. There was a death in this case, so he'll probably not get a bond. But the defense attorney will probably ask for a mental competency exam. But what does that really mean? It means that is this suspect, is he capable enough to understand the charges against him, and can he assist his attorney? Not that he was in some different state of mind at the time of the crimes. And think about this. If the charge is first-degree murder, that's premeditation. This guy had to drive to a place, search out a victim, get his knife, get out the car, go up. I mean, there's a lot of planning. That's called premeditation. So, again, we don't know all the facts yet, and he is innocent today. But to me, this is going to be a case where the prosecutor could very well make out a case of premeditated first-degree murder. But again, he's innocent. Let's go through the legal process, and that will start tomorrow afternoon.
Yep. perhaps premeditated, but at random victims. And we feel for the family of the first victim that died, and of course the Bakey family as well. Charlie Langton for us live. Thank you.